Hi, welcome to this tutorials on microservices. This is my fourth video on microservices tutorial, and in my last video I had created some microservices and I had a brief introduction about the microservices. So, so I am following one architecture for the microservice. So this is the architecture that I am using. So this is an e-commerce application. So in this video I'm going to create a microservice and then I am going to create some change in the design. So this was our old design, or we can say the last design that we discussed in the previous last video. So this was a customer service and order service and product service. So to make it more relevant I did some changes here. So this is the changes. So if you see I moved the customer service from here to here. So idea is in the order service I will be passing the customer name and the product name, and customer service will call the DB service to get the customer details while a particular order is generated from the order service. So so for any order the order service will pass customer username and product name. So it will call the customer service for the customer detail and product service for the product details. So DB service is common. So DB service, both two microservice will use the DB service. So after getting the price detail and the customer detail to the order service, we can generate an order, we can place an order, and then we can put into order table. So right now I had not created any order table. So while creating order service, I will create a new table for the order also. So this in this video I'm going to create a product service that call the DB service to fetch the details. So this was our last project in the last two video that I had created. So this is the DB service and I created two resources. One is for the product and one is for the customer. So this is customer endpoints to save the customer record and get the customer by username, and this is product endpoint. So this is to save the product and get the products. So so this is the DB service that I have created here. So I have the endpoints to create the product, save the product, and get product by product name, and save the customer and get customer by customer name. So I'm going to integrate this DB service with these two microservices. So for this video I'm going to create a product service. So let's create a product service now. So it should be e-commerce, there should be product service, and we just need web Spring MVC for this microservice. Let's generate it. Still downloading. Yes, downloaded. So let's import this project into Eclipse. So this is a Maven project, so we should select this option. and we'll keep the path to the pom.xml file. So now it is actually downloading the required dependency for this project. Okay, so it's imported successfully. Okay, so now in this project I'm going to call this endpoint. It's a endpoint of the DB service to get the product by name. So I'm going to call this endpoint into my e-commerce product service that I have created just now. Okay, so for that purpose, let's create a REST endpoint. So here we should have, we can copy it from here. Okay, so here we need REST template to uh, to to get the to test the DB service. We need REST template. Okay, so let's import this. Let's create a function here. This should be product. Yeah, or we can give product service, then can give product service. So here should be get product detail or get product by name. It should give us a list of string, and copy it from here. So we can directly return the list from here. Template dot get for object. So here we need to give the URL, and here we need to give the return object. So Java not util. Okay, so here we need to pass the URL. So the URL should be this one. So it should be this one. Here we need to give the username. Okay, we need to pass the username also. Product name, sorry. So this function should have a auth variable. It should be product name, and it should be string product name. Okay, okay. So there are some compilation errors here. Check. Okay, so I think this is fine. So we created a REST endpoint. So now this should be in the resource package. So I have to create a package here. This should be a resource product service. Okay, so here we can use resource. Okay, we need to create a sub package here. Yeah, this should be. So let's move this class from here to here. Okay, so now there's one more configuration that we need to configure the REST endpoint, REST template. So for that we need to create a configuration. Or we can give name as a config. So here should create a class as configuration config. So this class should have configuration annotation and should use bean annotation here. Okay, fine. So that's it. So we can add the component scan also. So we generally need this uh, because this application class is in the different package and our configuration and class is in different package. So for that purpose we need to give the component scan property such that it will find out all the classes, sorry, all the annotations, and then it will create the object. Okay, so let's test it if it is working fine. So our DB service is also running, and I think I missed one. Okay, we need to give the application name also here. Because we need to configure the application name and port number, so that we have not configured here. As we see this file, let's copy it from here to here. So let's give a port number as 9302. So this application is started. Product service is also started. Okay, no problem. It is started in a default port. So let's restart it again. So if we see our product table, so we have a product name as P1. So we need to pass the product name. Okay, so our REST endpoint is product service. It's in 9302, and so product service, then product name. That's it. So it's saying 404 error. Okay, let me check it. Okay, so it's working. Actually, I have not given the URL is that product by name. So if we hit this URL, so it's giving us the price of the product, that is 1 million. Okay, so it's working fine. So what we have done is actually we called this service from the product service. So if you see our architecture, so from product service I have called the DB service and I got the product detail. So so this one I have hard coded here. So actually we need to pass the service name, so we that we will do while after configuration of the Eureka server. So we need to create this project as a Eureka client, and we can remove this hard coded things. So we will do that later while we configure this Eureka server. So I think that's all for this video. So we have done the creation of product service and DB service. So in the next video I will be creating the customer service, and will integrate the customer service. I will be calling the DB service, and I will be getting the customer detail. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in next video. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.